good? Okay, so this is Luna. This is going to be her 4th day of training. I'm not counting the weekend. We didn't really do much over the weekend. So I'm getting ready to get her out of the crate here. I've got her training collar already ready. And I've got treats ready too. So she's just been starting to take food from me. Right now I've got some high value kibble, some stuff that they really like. Can't remember the brand. Thank you, other Luna. And then I've got some Fresh Pet little meat chunks. She's using a Star Mark training collar. She's been accustomed to wearing a flat collar, which she pulls into really well. So we're going to use a Star Mark training collar, and that way when she pulls into it, it's going to feel a little bit different to her and help her to kind of back off of that pressure a little bit easier. So just starting nice and fresh. I want to make sure that she's going to be waiting in the crate for me and not just barging through the door when I open it. And put the collar on in here so that way I'm not trying to run around and catch the dog or chase her. We've already seen that she likes to play You Can't Catch Me, so we don't want to have too much of that. Now I've just put the collar on and then she started to come forward, and I just want her to be a little bit more patient there. I'm glad that she wants to come out. Yes. Okay. Yay, she's taking food. Yeah. Hi. And then we can get started. Did she just pee? A little bit, yeah. Yay. No, good. All right. Oops. Good. So even though I'm not really asking her for any specific training right now, I'm just picking up the little piddle that she did. I still don't want her to pull into the leash. So if at any point in time I feel her pulling on that leash, I'm going to say, hey, why don't you back off of that pressure a little bit and just be more sensitive to what you're feeling. Good girl. Good girl. Okay. I'm going to go out and start out here in case she's got to potty. You sit. Good girl. That was much nicer. Sit. Sit. Good. So as I open the door, I'm reminding her this is what I want you to do is sit. As she's getting distracted by the cat playing with her floofy tail, I'm reminding her sit. And so that way she can really have it there in her head of what it is that her task is right now. Instead of having her break and then having to ask her to sit again, I can remind her to stay in there. The other thing is I don't want to just start saying sit, 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 sit over and over again. I want to wait for those moments where she looks like maybe she's thinking about getting up from that sit, and then use that opportunity to remind her to stay at the task at hand then. Okay. Good. Now I say okay, the release word, before I move my feet. So that way she starts to learn that first she's going to hear the release word and then we will go. If I start moving and then I say okay and I start conditioning that too much, she's going to start anticipating and breaking her sit just when I start to move my legs and go forward. So right now she doesn't really have much of a sit stay. We're just starting it there. So I can say sit and move around. Nope. Sit. Good. So when she breaks her sit, I let her know, hey, that's wrong. Leash pressure on until she sits back down. As soon as her bum hits the ground, leash pressure off. Good girl, maybe a cookie. But if I reach for the cookie and she breaks her sit like that, then I stop reaching for the cookie and we go right back to that sit before I can attempt to reach the reward again. Good girl. Okay, good. So I'm just giving her an opportunity to go potty if she needs to. We've seen before that she really likes to play You Can't Catch Me. So when I'm having the kennel staff potty her, now she wears a drag line. So when she goes out into the small kennel yard to go to the bathroom. So that way she doesn't practice running from them and making it difficult for them to catch her when they're trying to bring her in after her potty break. Good. So even though we're here to go potty, I'm still gonna say, hey, don't pull on that leash. You can kind of check this out right here. When I take the dog out to go potty, I'm not following them a lot. I'm not really, gonna go for a walk. It's like, okay, this is a good spot to go potty. I know that you can go potty here. This is your opportunity. When she's not really looking, then we're just gonna go and get to work. Okay, come on. Whenever I'm walking her, my leash is gonna stay really loose. Oh, we've had some dogs running and playing in here, huh? Good. Nope. So that way when she feels and the leash gets tight, she feels it, she knows that she needs to respond. And if she doesn't respond, then I'm going to increase pressure or give little pops on the leash to say, hey, I need to see a change in you. Good girl. Okay. So luckily, right now, she's taking food. This is really great. So now we can have a little bit better of a response when we start using the dog's name. Luna, good girl. Yeah. So I want to reward her in front of me. I want her to stay with me until I tell her, okay. After I say okay, I'm going to invite her to move out of that position. I want the dog to hear okay and think, yay, I'm a free dog, right? And after I call her name, I'm going to really try to invite her and entice her to come to me. If she ignores me, I can use the leash and say, no, don't ignore me. Good. Luna. Like this. Pop, 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 pop. Oh, good girl. Come on. Good. Sit. Excellent. Good girl. So she wanted to ignore me. I used the leash. Pop, 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 pop. Until she started to pick her nose up. No, sit. Good. Once she started to pick her nose up and she was moving towards me, I said, yay, good girl, encouraged her. But as you saw, she's like, oh, that's nice. And I'm just going to keep on going. So then instead of trying to entice her more, I changed direction. I said, oh, but now you'll have to come this way to catch me instead of me just trying to get into her line of travel. Okay, heel. So one of the biggest things that people like to do with their dogs, one is they like to hold on this leash. They like to feel where the dog is on the leash. Let that go. Nice loose leash. The other thing that we'd like to do is when the dog is making a mistake, we try to help them by moving more towards the dog. Good. So she wants to turn away, and I'm okay if she looks, but I don't want her to face that way. I'm going to say, no, you need to be sitting in a straight line, facing the same way that I'm going. If she wants to resist me, that's fine. I'm going to maintain steady leash pressure until she does what's correct. Good girl. So back to what I was saying, people like to try to help fix the mistake for the dog by maybe moving more in the dog's direction. So a lot of times what happens is people will stop and then the dog will turn out. So a lot of times their halt will look like this, and they want to do this to help the dog instead of then showing the dog that she needs to find her way back into heel. Come on. So I can move her back where I want her to be instead of me going to her. And they learn this much better and much faster if we just start that way right off the bat. I think I stepped on her toe here. Good girl. Okay, so heel. I make the mistake bigger so they can understand what is out of whack. Instead of going and the dog stops, instead of going forward, I'm going to say, hey, no, come here. If they can't do it enough because they don't think that they're far enough away, then I'll get farther back. Come on. Heel. Good girl. Nope. When I say heel, you're to keep your nose off of the ground. She struggles with this. She really wants to sniff the ground. And that's fine when I say, okay, so I give her some chances to fulfill that dog sense in her. But it's very important that I don't just let her sniff the ground when I'm asking her to heel. And I don't want to just keep going and, popping her along on the leash because that's not going to be super effective. So I might try with a couple of steps, pop, pop. And then if she keeps her nose down, then I'll stop and really say, hey, no, we need to just pick your nose up. We're not traveling forward anymore so you can smell the smells that's coming along your way. Nope. Good girl. Luna. Yeah. Good girl. Nope. She still doesn't look up very much, but she looks up a lot more than when she first arrived. So it's starting to come along, especially now that she's liking to take the food. That's been really helpful for her. And then I can say, okay, give her all the leash in the world. And now she can move around, she can sniff, she can do her dog stuff. And then I'll ask for some attention again. Good. Oh my goodness, what creatures were out here? Yeah. Heel. Nope. Heel. Good. Nope. Heel. Good. So when I stop gabbing at the camera, I can interact with the dog a little bit more, let her know, no, that's not what we're looking for. Heel is what I'm asking you to do. No. Heel. Good. No. Good girl. So we had the horses working out here, and she's like, oh, that's so interesting. Good girl. Nope. Good girl. And if she were to ever look up, I would definitely make sure that I get involved with either physical praise or food reward, whatever. Yeah, good girl. Whatever the dog is going to value more. Good job. Oh, super. Good girl. Nope. Good. Nope. Heel. Nope. Heel. Good. Nope. And I'm not going to slow down because she was starting. Ooh, there's poopies. Nope. Good girl. Heel. I'm not going to slow down. When she starts slowing down, I'm going to say, hey, let's go. She might need some more motivation to go a little bit faster. Nope. Good. Heel. Nope. Super. Yeah, good girl. Okay. Yeah, good girl. Super. Yes, he's a good girl. Oh, goodness. Come here. Good. Oh, we lost it. Good job. Oops. There we go. Okay. Good girl. Luna. Super. Sit. Good job. Okay. No, no, no. Okay. Heel. Yeah. Nope. Good girl. Okay. So she got excited. She jumped up on me. And instead of saying, no, no, and continuing movement, I made it very clear. Nope. I stopped everything. That's naughty. She's like, oh, there was a change. And then we go back to work. So that way she can see that that causes a change when, you know, that it's a noticeable thing. I jumped on you. I touched you with my feet. And it caused a change in you. That's really the change that I was looking for. I was looking for more play, more physical contact, maybe pushing her down. It's really fun. They like to push back. Maybe turning away. That's really fun. A lot of people are like, oh no. And the dog's like, yay, that's a lot of fun. So I'm saying, no, no, you have to stay off. That's not going to have anything fun for you. And then if she were to try again, then I would move into her space and cause her to back up, maybe with some leash pops. So she was, you know, she would understand better because now she's understanding the leash pops. Clearly I'm out of breath. The other thing that I wanted to mention is when we're walking along and she goes to sniff the ground when we're in heel and I say no and I tug on the leash, I'm really conditioning that no word. No, pop, pop, pop. No, pop, pop, pop. So she's understanding that she's like, oh, okay, when you say no, it means I should stop doing that. That no actually has a consequence. It has a little bit more meaning to her. I could just use the leash pops. That's fine. But right now, I really want her to start more what the no means. So it's helpful. Good girl. Yeah. And the only reason why I'm giving her verbal praise right now is she's intrigued, but she's not moving. And right now, I can praise her for that. Hey, good girl staying here. Awesome. Thank you for looking at me. That's very nice. But later down the road, good girl. Later down the road, I'm not going to praise her for observing what's going on. I'll praise her for giving me engagement. There's a lot going on over there. There's an unhappy dog. There's a playing dog. There's people with dogs and livestock. She's like, ooh, I could just, oh, good girl. I could just watch this for a long time. And then she's like, oh, shucks, where'd that human go? Good girl. Good. Okay, I think that'll be enough gabbing for now.